February 3rd, 2014. I thought I would go over a few animal deaths that's happened just in the last few days. I'm not going to go over all of them, just the last 4 or 5 days, and we'll go backwards on them here. Thousands of fish found dead in Indonesia, January 30th. Hundreds of cattle dying due to a mystery disease in Australia. January 29th, hundreds of dead fish appear in the Kings River in California. January 29th, hundreds of chickens die suddenly in Indonesia. Let's go on down here just a little bit more. I like this one here, just amazing. 10 tons of fish die suddenly in a lake in Indonesia. That whole area is being plummeted right now with animal deaths, especially fish die-off, and I think it has a lot to do with volcanic and earthquake activity that's going on out there. Masses of fish and squid wash ashore on the beaches of Hawaii, I find that really rare. 20,000 birds killed due to an outbreak of avian flu in Hong Kong, China. Now, I see this a lot with China. They're constantly destroying, or what they call calling, poultry. So, now, a few months ago, China got a contract to sell a lot of their poultry products, chicken especially, to the United States. Now, do you really want to be eating chicken that's produced and grown and produced, I guess, in China and shipped to us when they're constantly killing thousands of them due to avian flu? You tell me that some of those birds are not going to slide through the cracks and get to the United States? So you really want to make sure before you go out there and buy poultry at a grocery store, you want to make sure you know where it comes from. I really think people should just be buying their meat products from local meat suppliers where you know if it's been raised in that town, or what I call local, somewhere in Illinois, if you're from Illinois or the state you're in. I wouldn't eat anything that comes from China. China, I've said this before, they're probably the most disgusting human species on this planet when it comes to processing food. I mean, they would eat just about anything, and they're even eating human parts in parts of their country. And this is no joke. They are known to sell and eat aborted babies because they say it produces a higher sex drive for the males in that country. I mean, they're just disgusting. And I think that, and evil. Now, not every China person's evil, so I don't want everybody thinking that. But the people that are non-Christian, that don't believe in God, which there's billions of them over there, they live and act like this. So, and here we are thinking about, consuming their products they're sending to us. And not just chicken. I'm talking your fruits and vegetables as well, especially your vegetables, on how they're grown in human waste ponds, and some of the fruits as well. And they harvest that and send that over to us to eat. So anyway, if I was you, I'd put a ban on anything China produces and makes. Not just food, but a lot of toy products. A lot of toy products they send over here is laced with horrible chemicals, lead, all kinds of things that's harmful to kids. And we're not even allowed to have lead paint in this country, and they put it all over their toy products. So you tell me. So anyway, I want to just go through a couple of other ones that are on here that just kind of amaze me. Tens of thousands of dead fish washing up along a river in Tennessee. Okay, this is all, that's the 28th of January. Okay, Tons of fish found dead. 2 dams in Indonesia, January 27th. January 26th, 470,000 birds killed, 1.75 million more to be killed due to avian flu in South Korea. Can you think of that number of somebody, a country, South Korea, getting ready to slaughter 1.75 million of them due to avian flu? January 24th, 25 dead whales found near Florida, Kais Island. And anyway, I think I'll stop right there. That's just about a week. We have 72 mass animal deaths already reported for this year. Last year we had, I believe it was over 1,200. Year before that was about 800. We will beat, based on what I'm seeing right now, we will beat 2013 mass animal die-offs. Now the Bible talks about, prior to God coming back, that most of the animal life is destroyed in the latter times. California is going through a massive drought right now, spreading into Nevada and parts of the Midwest right now. In the next, I would say 60 to 90 days, that state is cutting off water supply to about 17 communities right now, and they won't be supplying with any more water. So now that doesn't mean that these 17 communities can't find water from somewhere else. They might be able to do that, but what's going to happen is mass restrictions on how much water you consume, you use for bathing, toiletries, and the whole 9 yards. The other thing is the farmers out there, they're going to give up even farming this year, and most of the fruits and vegetables we buy come from California. So you can just imagine what that's going to do to the prices of fruits and vegetables. And beef products are already skyrocketing. So I would say that your food prices this year are going to just skyrocket, and water as well. People take water for granted. They won't in California this year. They're going to start thinking and remembering what water's all about. And you got to have water. If you don't have water, you're dead in your tracks. Just a couple of updates with some other things here is the big Super Bowl. I'm glad it's over with. I'm tired of hearing people talk about it. When I seen the 2 rows of people lined up on both sides of this, a football player, an ex-football player, carrying this trophy, and they were touching it like it was a god and kissing it like it was a god, told me that, it reminded me of what God talks about in the latter days of idol worship and false gods, false Christ, and yes, folks, the message of Satan was put to the test again in halftime when the gentleman that sung this song, I believe it's called "The Gates of Heaven's Closed" or "Close Heaven's Gate." It's a song about Lucifer not allowed to get back into heaven because the gates are closed. And I might be wrong on that title. I know I'm very close to it. But anyway, it was a song sung for him, and the masses clapped and thought it was great, and probably didn't have a clue what he was even singing about. And so there's other things all through it. The big thing is that I don't know if anybody realizes, but right after the Super Bowl there was a giant explosion in what they call Hell's Kitchen area, not too far from the Superdome. The explosion was so huge that it rocked a 40-story tall building. Plus it blew manhole covers up out of the street. Now they're claiming it was some type of a gas leak, But come on, folks. All this allegiance to Satan, and all of a sudden we have this giant explosion from underneath the earth. Could it be that maybe one of the fallen angels that's been locked up since the time of Noah has been let loose? Could it be that in the next few days or weeks we're going to see a horrendous evil hit this planet like we've never seen? You know, not everything has to look physical for people to take notice that maybe something happened. There's a lot of things that go on in the spiritual world. We had physical people singing about Satan, but spiritually, did something happen? We're not going to know, but it's something to think about. It's awful coincidental that just happened that just happened right after the Super Bowl was over with. I mean, why did that happen just at the time this game was going on? You know, I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences. This is something to think about, something to study on. You Christians out there that are awake, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I didn't want to get off on the animal deaths. The animal deaths are exploding. You're going to see a lot more. The more droughts we see, the more earthquakes. The sun, over the past 2 days, 24 hours, is sending us, I think, 6 to 7 M-class flares. It's going to be hitting this planet. Every time we get hit with these X flares, M flares, it causes earthquakes. And it keeps eroding away our shields. One of these days, our shields are going to break down, and it won't take much of a flare at all to hurt us. So anyway, take note. Stay close to our Lord Jesus Christ. If you don't know our Lord Jesus Christ, ask Him into your heart today. We don't have a lot of time left. And I know Christians have been saying that for a while, but in the time that God's been around from the beginning, the time that we have is a blink of time. So when we say, us Christians, there's not a lot of time left, there's not a lot of time left. So anyway, take a look at your surroundings, look at your animal die-offs, take note. This is stuff that just doesn't happen just because. It happens because there's reasons. And I think it has a lot to do with the people, how they live, where this is at, and the times we live in and the curses that are getting ready to hit this planet. Christ says it'll be like the days of Noah. Right? And during Noah's time, the fallen angels were mixing with men. Men were having sex with men, just like they did in Sodom and Gomorrah. Homosexuality was increased, and all evil was increased. So we're living in the days like it was in Noah's time, and Sodom and Gomorrah's. So anyway, take note, be ready, and you guys have a great day.